kids, welcome to Devalaya eLearn. I am Bharti Sharma, your spoken English educator, and I welcome you back in this next video lecture of mine, which is based on chapter 2, that is the capital letter. And I know you know what is capital letter, but I am going to tell you the most important thing because there are some students who still get confused where to use capital letter, where not to use capital letter. So I am here to remove all the dilemmas related to capital letters. So are you all ready to learn about this thing? All right then, without wasting any time, let's jump into the video. So as I've just told you that we are going to do what? That is chapter 2, the capital letter. So let's get started with the video. So first thing that I am going to ask to you, what is that? What is capital letter? So come on, you must have known about this thing. Obviously, you have read about this chapter. So please tell me, what is capital letter? Do you know about it? I think you do, right? All right, even in case you are not able to answer this question, I'm here to help you out with each and every problem related to this topic as well. So let's get started. Capital letter is the bigger and taller version of a letter like A, as opposed to the smaller version, which is also called as a lowercase letter like small a. Clear? Capital letter are also called as uppercase letters or simply capitals. So there are two things that you need to keep in your mind. What is that? So we do call capital letter as uppercase letters as well. What do we call it as? Uppercase letters. And when we're talking about small letters, at that time we can also refer to the small letters as lowercase letters. What is that? Come on, repeat it with me. Lowercase letters. Very good. So we can call capital letter as uppercase letter and small letter as lowercase letter. That is first thing. Then next thing is that is simply capitals. Now we are going to move forward, and these are all what? Uppercase letters. These are all capital letters. A, B, C, D. You know about this, right? You have read this thing from the childhood, isn't it? So you know about this thing. I am sure till this thing you know each and everything related to this, but even in case, I think uppercase letter and lowercase letter can be the new thing for you, isn't it? So with this thing, let's move forward. Now let's learn about the next most important question, which even if you are in 12th standard, you don't know about this thing. I am going to tell you the next important topic is what? That is, when do we use a capital letter? There are some students who still don't know where to actually use the capital letters. That is the, you can say, irony, right? So don't worry, I am here to remove all your confusions. Let's start. Where to use and when do we use capital letters? So we do capitalize the first word of a sentence. Please remember these points that I'm going to start from this to the end, right? So the first letter, first letter should always be capitalized. Clear? Let's take an example over here. So just check out the example first. The first letter I have capitalized with red color. Can you see this? The name of my country is India. So the words that are painted with red color are capitalized, isn't it? So we have capitalized the first letter, that is T. So it becomes the name of my country is India. We have even capitalized India's I, and I'm going to tell you this thing in the later part of the video. Let's not focus upon that. Let's first focus upon the words that we have capitalized after the full stop or wherever we have started the conversation, right? So we have started the example by saying the name of my country is India, and we have capitalized the first letter, that is T. Clear? Then we have put it the full stop, and whenever you are putting up the full stop, after that also the word you are starting, that's first letter should always be again capital. Clear? So after this full stop, we have said citizens of India are known as Indians. citizens of India are known as Indians. Again, after the full stop, we have used the word that is citizens, and we have capitalized the first letter of citizens, that is C. Right now, we have capitalized C again. Can you see that with the red color? Yes. Citizens of India are known as Indians. We are going to talk about India and Indians later. Don't focus upon that. Clear? What I am trying to teach you, please pay attention to that thing only. Then again we have put it the full stop. After that we are starting with again capital letters, that is R. So our country is the most populous country in the world. Our country is the most populous country in the world. So we have again capitalized the O of R because we are starting R after the full stop. Clear? Then after the words, again there is a full stop. Then we are again starting the next line. That is what? India is a democratic country. India is a democratic country. So again we are capitalizing I because we are starting with this with the first letter. That is India's first letter I. That is why we are putting that is capital letter. Clear? So whenever you are writing any sentence, that sentence's first letter should always be capitalized. Is that clear to you? Is this much clear to you? Very good. Please keep practicing with this thing as well, right? Now let's move forward and understand why we have capitalized I, India's I, Indians I as well. Let's get started with this thing as well. Now, the second point that we should know where to use capital letter, that is, we do capitalize at the time of proper nouns and names. Clear? When we use proper nouns and when we are using any names, at that time also we do capitalize the word. Clear? All right. So what is a proper noun? Let's first understand this thing. Before making you understand about the proper nouns, let me tell you one thing clearly, that we are going to cover nouns in detail in the later part of the videos when we are going to start the parts of speech. Clear? But today in this video, I am just giving you a crux of the proper noun. Clear? So, proper noun is what? Proper noun is a specific name of a person, place, thing. What does it mean? See, if I have to give you an example of proper noun, if I am saying go and call Smitha from class 6. So I have told you the specific person's name, that is Smitha, right? Smitha is a particular person. I have specified the name. That is why I am saying if I am going to write this sentence, then at that time I am going to capitalize Smitha's S. Clear? So this is what proper noun is. When you are specifically talking about a person, place or thing, at that time you should capitalize the word. This is what proper nouns is. Clear? Good. Now, next point is, these types of nouns should always be capitalized no matter where they land in a sentence, right? So, these kind of nouns, whenever we are using any proper noun in a sentence, at that times they always must be capitalized no matter what they are landing in a sentence or where they are landing in the sentence. Clear? All right. Now, third point is, proper nouns include but aren't limited to companies, countries, cities, political parties and religions. What does it mean? That they are not just limited to these particular things, that is companies, countries, cities, political parties and religions. They are a lot more than this. Clear? Now, next is names should also be capitalized. As I've just given you the example of Smitha, right? So whenever you are using any name, at that time the name's first letter should be capital. If you are using my name, that is Bharti, so you are going to capitalize the first word of my name, that is B. If you are using your name in a sentence, let's suppose that your name is Ravi, right? So you are going to capitalize R in the sentence. Clear? Now, that includes the first, middle and last names. Clear? So, it doesn't really matter that you are using your first name, your middle name or your last name. Whatever you are using, that's the first letter should be capitalized. Let's take an example for that. If I'm saying India is also known in the names of Bharat and Hindustan. So we have capitalized India's I, then Bharat's B, then Hindustan's H, right? Because all of these things are what? Proper nouns. Clear? Then next is, therefore, the Indian citizens are also referred to as Bharatiya or Hindustani respectively. Clear? We are referring again, therefore. Therefore is the first letter of this sentence. That is why we have capitalized T in the therefore. Clear? After this, Indian citizens. Indian citizens, I we have capitalized because this comes in a proper noun. Then Bharatiya again is a proper noun, that is B. Then Hindustani is H. All of these letters, if they are including proper nouns, at that time they also should be capitalized. Is it clear this much? All right, now let's move ahead. Now, next thing, third point you can say, that is we do capitalize I as a pronoun. Again, I'm telling you that we are going to understand pronoun as well in detail in the later videos. But here I'm telling you I is a pronoun, and whenever we are using I, no matter where we are using in a sentence I, that always must be capitalized. Clear? Now, let's take an example. When I opened the gift, there were lots of chocolates in it. If you complete this course, I will give you a trophy. Ria thinks I drink too much of coffee. See, in each of the sentences, we are using I. And no matter where we are using I, we need to capitalize I always. We cannot use as a small I. That's a rule that you should know, that you should always remember. Clear? So, when I opened the gift, I cannot say when small I opened the gift. No, that would be wrong, totally wrong. You need to always use I as a capital letter in the sentence. Clear? When I opened the gift, there were lots of chocolates in it. Clear? Second sentence, if you complete this course, I will give you a trophy. See, again we have capitalized I over here. Then third sentence, that is Ria thinks I drink too much coffee. I drink. Again, we are capitalizing I over here. So, no matter where we are landing I in a sentence, it always must be capitalized. Clear? Let's move ahead. Now, what do we capitalize? Let's understand the next point related to this. So, we do capitalize when we're talking about months, holidays, or days. Whenever we are talking about anything related to months, days or holidays, we need to again capitalize the words related to the particular things. Clear? All right. So let's take examples. First example that we are having is that we are going on a trip this Sunday. So in this sentence, we're talking about a day, and that is what? That is Sunday. So that is why we have capitalized Sunday's S. Clear? We are going on a trip this Sunday, and Sunday is a day. That is why we are capitalizing S in the sentence. Clear? The next sentence is, he is getting married in January. January is what? Month. That is why we are capitalizing J over here. Then next is Independence Day is celebrated in India on 15th August. So we are capitalizing August's A. Clear? Then next is Atal Bihari Vajpayee was born into Hindu Brahmin family on 25th December. 25th December, and that is why we're capitalizing D over here, because this is again a month. Clear? December 1924 in Gwalior, Madhya Pradesh. Is it clear this much? So whenever we are using any days, months, holidays in a sentence, at that time that particular word's first letter should be capitalized. Clear? let's move ahead. All right, my lovely kids, we are here at the last point that we should know where to use capital letter, and that is what? That is directions and regions. So let's understand it. North, east, west, and south are not capitalized. Listen to me very carefully what I'm trying to say you. North, east, west, south are not capitalized when they are refer to a direction or general area. Clear? Let's take an example for that. If I'm saying I live 5 miles north of Rajasthan, that means we are not talking about a particular state. Right now, we are just taking this as a general direction, right? That is why we are not using north's N capital. We don't need to use north as a capital letter. See, you can see that in the slide as well, right? And the next example is the fire affected only the northern region of the forest. So at this time, we don't need to use north or northern as a capital letter. But where to use it? Let's understand this as well. However, capitalization is required for these words when they are part of a proper noun or when they refer to a distinct region. That means if you are using that as a proper noun, a proper name, or you are using it as a distinct region, that means after this north, if you are using proper state's name, at that time it must be capitalized. Let's take an example again. If I'm saying the North Delhi has a wider variety of food than the South Delhi. So that is here we are using proper state's name. That is why we have capitalized North's N and Delhi's D. Clear? Again, the next is South's S and Delhi's D again. So this is the thing. I think this is new to you, isn't it? I think you must be confused about this thing. Even if you don't know thing, you got to know a new thing, isn't it? So with this thing, thank you so much for watching this video till the end. I'm hoping that you are practicing what I am trying to teach you all, isn't it? With this thing, thank you so much again. I'm going to meet you in my next lecture. Till then, stay connected, be happy, keep practicing.